The draft?
Oh, I was mainly here to work on some choreography with Akam and Rizar. But I guess I could squeeze in some time for the draft.
It's time to kick off the WWE Draft.
Thank you. But tonight is not about me. It's about launching this company in a new and exciting direction. And that all starts with the announcement of the top overall pick. So let's not wait any longer. With the first pick in the WWE Draft, Raw is honored to select the future of WWE.
There they are, the #1 pick in the WWE Draft, and wow, it's a good one.
Talk about making a splash. Adam Pearce got himself a generational talent.
We heard all the rumors, but seeing this play out now really lives up to the hype.
Good luck topping this SmackDown.
Stand by, there's some kind of technical issue here.
Talk about ruining a moment.
What the heck?
Who was that?
Where's security?
Can someone explain what just happened?
Okay, got it. The draft will continue after this break.
First of all, I'm sorry about what happened out there. We're working with the authorities to get to the bottom of it, but Hunter says it seems like it was just a random, unstable individual.
Is this how things are handled over here in WWE? At least in MMA, I knew when I was going to get hit. Maybe I would have been better off staying where I was.
I assure you that's not the case. You're in good hands with us.
So if it was a random person, what was with that stuff on the Tron?
I wouldn't assume the two things were connected. Could have been unrelated technical difficulties. Either way, I don't think it's anything to worry about. Better to focus on the positive and move on.
Pay no attention to the crazed masked attacker. Understood.
I'll set up a match for you next week on Raw, and it'll...
Hey, you all right? I'm fine. I know we didn't cross paths too much when you were in MMA, but it's good to see a friendly face here. Anyway, it's wrestling. On to the next thing, right?
Listen, I know management wants us to brush things like this under the rug, but I'm not sure it was a one-time event. Besides, how does some random person get access to the Tron?
That's what I said.
Look, if I were you, I'd keep your head on a swivel. I'm just speculating, but this could be the start of something bigger.
I agree. I'll be ready if and when something happens again.
That attack came out of nowhere. Are you okay?
Hey, Troy. I'm a lot more angry than I am hurt.
That's actually...
You got any?
I do...
Fine, Troy. Next time you have a live event opportunity...
You're the best. Thank...
Hey, this superstar might surprise you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at...
The number one pick is ready to complete his journey from the cage to the ring.
And his opponent from Cape Town, South Africa, weighing in at 226 pounds, the Punisher, Eugene!
I know he hasn't even made it to the ring witnessing the beginning of something very special.
It'll be interesting to see how quickly the superstar can transition from MMA to WWE.
Absolutely. In MMA, you're generally matching strikes and submissions, but here in WWE, you're dealing with a huge range of styles and personalities.
If anyone can make that transition, though, it's this guy. He was the #1 pick for a reason, and he's about to show us why. Ooh, brutal impact into the corner. Ooh, oh, sent straight into the corner hard. Ooh.
Forearms for the second rope.
Driving down.
Adrian looking helpless to every attack.
Yeah, Buck's got to slow down this assault. Uh-oh. Batten down the hatches.
F5! Thunderous!
Outlook is bad for Buck.
2.
What a resounding victory here tonight for the #1 pick.
I agree, Byron. That was pure domination.
The hell? Not this again.
It's the same attacker from the draft.
Where's security? Come on.
I guess he's taking matters into his own hands.
Good, I'm sick of this.
And this time, they're not getting away.
The masked assailant is regretting this now.
They might not be masked for much longer.
Is that Tony D'Angelo from NXT?
Not surprised with his track record.
We're going to go to commercial while we sort this out.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Black flag on everything. Stay protected. Move real smooth.
That's enough! Sit down and stay there.
What are we going to do with him? We're going to get some answers. And we're going to get them right now.
You have no idea.
Normally, I'd have a...
The new era.
Is this about the draft? Because Triple H said it was the start of a new era?
It's been right in front of you, but you can't ignore it anymore.
What's been right in front of me?
Lardon.
I think I've had about enough. We'll settle this when you face me in a match next week. Now get this attention-seeking mafia wannabe.
So you got the bad guy, huh?
Well, looks like it.
I know Triple H and everyone is telling you this is...
I think so, too. I don't think D'Angelo would do this on his own. Whether it's...
Exactly.
It's Raw's #1 draft pick hoping to shut down their attacker. We're certainly no strangers to surprise attacks and deceptive actions, but this match feels especially personal.
You're not wrong, Cole. I'm honestly impressed the #1 pick had the self-control to face Tony D'Angelo in the ring rather than roughing the jabroni up backstage.
D'Angelo ruined 2 big nights, and tonight his target is looking to ruin Tony D'Angelo.
Able to turn it around into a wrist lock.
Wrenching away on the arm there.
You can see the intent behind that attack. Exploiting the arm must be the strategy here.
Arm drag.
Sharp elbow.
Measured elbow drop driven down.
Oh, connects on the kick.
What a counter by Tony.
Elbow drop. Piercing.
He's headed up high.
From the top.
And he turned it around. Oh, the elbow connects. That just knocked him a bit off balance.
He knows this is a contact sport. He expected some damage tonight.
Float over. Oh, float over. Nice. DDT.
Oh, that kick will stop you in your tracks.
Very measured elbow drop.
Placed him in the corner here.
God, ugly but effective counter. Foot to the face.
And saw what was coming there. Lands the elbow. Lariat. Slice bread.
What a count.
Cover.
Shoulders are down.
He forces a break before the count of 2.
That's still a quick kick out at this point. Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow. Takes their breath out. Effective counter. And the elbow finds the mark.
Oh, what a clothesline.
Forcefully delivered. What a cutter! Uh-oh. Batten down the hatches.
F5! Thunderous!
D'Angelo down, and he might be out.
This is more than a win. The #1 draft pick can now move on and focus on bigger goals.
Good riddance to Tony D'Angelo and whatever this was all about.
Now what?
Is that Charlie Dempsey?
What the hell is going on?
That's certainly Gigi Dolan.
Trick Williams from behind. What is happening?
And now Tony D'Angelo's recovered and joining the NXT champion. Clearly D'Angelo wasn't acting alone in all of this.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a common theme here, guys. We got to get some help out here.
This is a full-on invasion.
And the invaders are all from NXT.
We need help back there, right now.
Adam Pearce is trying to intervene.
Nikita Lyons with a chair.
And Pierce goes down too.
The NXT Unity Tag Champions have taken out CM Punk.
And Charlotte gets nailed too.
This is insane.
Please, somebody, anybody, do something.
We are under siege.
It's Bayley and Kevin Owens.
Finally.
You can't just come in here and do this without repercussions.
What the?
Bayley and KO part of this? Are you serious?
What are we witnessing?
If you couldn't tell, this is a mutiny. Current and former members of NXT have united under one cause. We will no longer stand by and be treated like third-class citizens.
Members of the board, do we have your attention?
We will not stop until NXT is the one and only brand left standing in WWE.
I'm just about speechless.
We've just witnessed pure anarchy. It was a mutiny, Saxton. Bayley said it herself. Unbelievable.
Well, it's over for tonight at least.
Who really knows at this point?
I might be out for a bit after what they did to me. But the second I'm back, I need revenge on the NXT Unity Champions and every single person involved.
I'm with you.
Good. But don't forget I warned both of you that this would happen, and no one listened.
I was wrong. I know. But this isn't the time to point fingers.
Yeah, it's the time to start listening to me. No one around here can be trusted. No one. This could go all the way to the top. Who created NXT and would stand to benefit from all this? Yeah. Chew on that for a minute.
Look, I've already spoken in it, but we need a lead.
After what they did to me, I don't need convincing.
As usual.
You're right. Punk's fired up about getting attacked and not thinking straight. He did have a point, though, that we have to be careful about who to trust.
I know. It seems like Bayley and KO have convinced most of NXT to join them along with some other big names from our side. And we have to assume that any other NXT alumni from Raw and SmackDown might be one of them.
Then it sounds like we need to find...
You got someone in mind?
I do. I know just the person to turn the tide. They're from... They're from MMA.
Okay. But how does that prove they're not secretly working with NXT? How do you know we can trust them?
We used to date, so yeah, I'd say I know them very well. And trust was never an issue.
All right, sold. After you get them on board, let's talk next steps. And don't wait too long. We need to move fast before this NXT mutiny strikes again.
It's been a minute.
I know. Thanks for coming here on short notice.
No problem, but are you sure you want me to help you with this? I know I've dabbled in wrestling before, but I've been focusing on MMA the past few years. Just seems kind of, I don't know, desperate.
My ex calling me desperate. I missed that.
I'm going to ignore that, but I suppose we did make a good team. Might be nice to get back together. In the ring only, of course.
Not to mention the fact Mutiny keeps adding top names, so I can't really trust many people in WWE right now.
So you're saying I was your only option? I see how it is.
Best and only option. So what do you think? Will you do it?
I've been ready for a change, and WWE could be the breath of fresh air I need. I'm in.
Great. I've arranged for you to have a warm-up match here today before we tackle NXT together. I know you're used to knockout and submission rules in MMA, but today's pinfall only, to get used to wrestling again.
Go for the 3 count. Got it. I'm gonna go get changed.
Okay.
Haven't changed a bit.
Show Sammy why you're the only person on Earth I'd bring in here to watch my back. Keep the pressure on! Don't give them room to breathe! You're making this look easy.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Nice! Now follow it up with a power move!
how #1 draft picks live, huh? Nice.
The tour bus is nice, but more importantly, it's private. We need this space to talk strategy, since who knows who might be listening backstage and feeding information to NXT.
Good point.
Yeah.
Whenever I was in a tough situation like this fighting in MMA, I learned the best path forward is to focus on doing what I do best, which in my case is being comedic and fun.
Well, since you just basically dropped everything to come in here and help me, it's only fair you take the lead on this. What do you think we should do?
I've only been here for 5 minutes, but I'm already sick of Mutiny bragging about their precious intergender NXT.
It's like...
Two of the key players in the recent NXT Mutiny attack were the Unity Tag Team Champions. The Raw and SmackDown side has countered not with an attack, but instead by creating brand new tag team championships of their own. Please welcome the brand new Unified Tag Team Champions, the #1 draft pick, and their partner who's making their WWE debut.
Thanks, Kathy. You might
That's right.
I gotta say, this...
Not at all.
Our titles.
And finally, our titles have never been lost in a match.
Okay, but isn't that just because they're brand new? I'm still not seeing how...
Zip it, Kathy. We'll show you and the...
It's a WWE debut, tag team debut, in the debut of the Unified Championships.
I guess if you're going to introduce yourself to the WWE Universe, you might as well do it as a champion. Talk about participation trophies.
Oh, come on, Saxton, they're trolling. What better way to get under Mutiny's skin than by knocking off their precious Unity titles?
No joking around here. The Unified Tag titles are serious business tonight.
While technically this is a championship match, the arena doesn't have the usual electricity.
Well, because it's not really a title match, Michael. You can't expect people to get excited about championships these two just made up.
Well, every championship once was something that someone just made up, Saxton. And if you're still looking for something to get excited about, we have the debut of a new WWE superstar.
Drops the hammer right on the lower back.
Sent out of the ring the hard way. Whip back into the ring.
Double axe handle.
The challenger taking some minor damage.
Now we see if he weathers this moment or tries to tag out.
Ooh, into the turnbuckle. Down to the mat. Boy, European uppercut. Cruz is facing a beatdown.
Cruz has got to get his wits about him.
Uh-oh. Oh, for the title.
Pin attempt by the champion. For the title, new champ. The champ not letting the ref get to 2.
Could be in search of a second win now.
Stepped aside, avoiding damage. Lands an elbow.
Drop with the cutter.
Boom! He's able to slip away from that.
Oh, what an uppercut. And now he's just facing an unyielding assault.
Yeah, and this might cause him to lose his composure. Del Toro out of harm's way.
Dangerous knee on the button.
Oh, man, thrown with such force. The whole ring is rattling.
Arm wringer applied, and look out.
Oh. Here we go for the championship.
And the champs stay the champs. What a title defense.
Here are your winners, and still the Unified Tag Team Champions, the Punisher, Eugene, and Tessa.
The long history this new duo shares was evident here tonight as the Unified champs looked like a well-oiled machine and successfully defended their titles.
Sure, Michael, but they will likely have an even tougher time defending these ridiculous titles in the court of public opinion.
Back in the house with a 9-4.
You did good, sir.
I see what you're doing here with these unified championships. Funny.
Thanks. I don't think you've been introduced to the newest team member in our fight against Mutiny.
You used to date each other, right?
Don't hold that against me.
I won't. Welcome to WWE. But I do have to remind both of you, I've decided to remain neutral in this whole issue with NXT. I'm too close to it. So this isn't our fight. And besides, when it comes to competition, it's not just a catchphrase. It really is what's best for business.
We understand your stance, but we don't have to agree with it. We're going to do everything we can to stop Mutiny.
And if that happens, great. But if Mutiny comes out on top, then we'll pivot in that direction. It's what we do in WWE. We're constantly reacting and evolving. It's how we succeed. So like I said, good luck. But I can't support one side or the other until this is all over.
Your plan seems to be working. Mutiny is definitely annoyed.
Yep, told you it would get their attention. Now we just need to take things further to give Mutiny and their Unity champions something else to complain about.
What'd you have in mind?
Cosplay. It always comes down to cosplay.
Yes! Finally! I'll send you my measurements ASAP!
JC Jane.
No joking around here. The unified tag titles are serious business tonight.
this fun cosplay can't distract the so-called unified champs from the fact that they are facing off against Valhalla and Eric tonight.
Definitely, Michael. It would be a real shame if they lost their focus and their titles.
Didn't you find these unified titles silly, Saxton?
They're growing on me, Corey.
In off the tag.
She's letting the crowd fill her with confidence now.
Oh, clothesline.
Oh, vicious running knee lift.
Unloads a shot to the gut. Coming in off the tag.
Saw what was coming and got out of dodge quick.
Powerful suplex toss.
Whoa!
I honestly can't believe we just saw a human being.
Nice takedown. Stack them up. The champion into the pin. The challenger's shoulder up after one.
He is too fresh to have been kept down there.
Oh, the challenger really taking it on the chin here.
He's got to be eyeing his corner, hoping he can regroup on the apron.
Eric fires back. Looking for a scoop slam, but from behind.
Inverted DDT. A cutter. Uh-oh. Batten down the hatches. F5! Thunderous! That is how a true champion defends their title. Boom, running ST.
Pin to decide the championship. Kick out after one from the champion.
Surprised to not even get a 2 count at this point. Oh, man, he is fired up now. Oh, vicious running knee lift.
The challenger is getting torn into.
Yeah, holding strong for this long in a tag team match is commendable, but it might be time to tag out.
You saw that one coming.
Oh, look at these kicks.
Wow.
Face, meet, knee.
Cuts the attack off.
Downward spiral.
Perched on the shoulders. The champ delivering when it counts. Boom.
Shoulders down to retain.
Got it. And they stay atop the tag division.
Here are your winners, and still the Unified Tag Team Champions, the Punisher, Eugene, and Tessa.
These two dressed up and beat down their opponents, while perhaps sending a strong message to the Unity champs and Mutiny.
Yeah, you've got to think this match was more about pushing.
Hey, sorry I haven't...
I'd say pretty good since we
I saw that. I'll admit, I had no idea what you were thinking at first. Still.
Security apes.
I was going to suggest I'd be there to watch your backs.
You're no security ape, but at least you're trained. That'll work.
There you see what's at stake. The NXT Unity Tag Team titles.
Grab your popcorn. And try not to blink. The Unify and Unity championships both up for grabs in one match. That has literally never happened with these titles before.
Remember to breathe, Saxton. You're almost as ridiculous as these look-alike belts. Clearly the Unified champs annoyed Mutiny enough to make this match happen.
No matter the reason, this Unity Unify unification match will undoubtedly be remembered by some in some way for some time.
Would you look at this? She is removing the turnbuckle pad now.
Check out the springboard.
And just in time, he gets out of there.
Strong impact. The tried and true method to taking anyone down.
Oh, he saw it coming.
Several reversals. Neither superstar able to penetrate their opponent's defenses.
He's getting pumped, he's getting focused, and he's taking the WWE Universe with him.
Clothesline!
He's got that look in his eye. It's go time.
Oh, what a clothesline.
And he has an answer for King.
Connected with a sharp elbow.
The champ looking a little worse for wear.
He's got to keep in mind, pacing is everything in a tag match like this. He looks like the kind of competitor that can take on all comers right now. She is feeding off this crowd right now.
She keeps on talking, but is she actually going to deliver?
He is looking to do some serious harm. Face drop.
Nasty. Check out the springboard.
Went for the springboard and missed.
A big punch. Ouch.
In the corner. Has to find a way out of there.
Wicked clothesline.
She's revved up and has her opponent in her sights.
Oh, clothesline.
Oh.
In off the tag.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent. Oh, man.
Our champion feeling the effects of all the offense so far.
And making a tag has to seem like a good idea right about now.
Uh-oh. Batten down the hatches.
What a way to get out of that one.
Uh-oh. Good defense. Alexis King, kick to the gut. And we know what's next.
The coronation. Did the champ just close this out? Cashing in on that effort.
Oh, my God, did you see
floor. Rolled the dice and got snake eyes.
What a disaster. Missing completely on a very reckless move. Oh! Savage knee to the face. Boom!
Oh, he timed that counter well.
Oh, that knee just rocked him.
It's mounted with punches and not. Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
Made it for the tag.
Running Hurricane Rana. Oh, merciless knee to the face.
Ooh, elbow strike. Locking up here. Oh, poke to the eyes.
That seems to have really gotten him. He could have an eye injury.
Nonetheless, the match continues.
JC eats a clothesline.
But Lexus came with the belt shot.
And the referee never saw it.
The champions are going to retain.
Wait, foot on the ropes.
It's SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. They were ready for this.
Credit to the unified champions for being prepared.
Hold on. Spear on JC Jane.
Looks like his eye's okay.
Or at least okay enough.
Setting up for some kind of double team move.
And down onto JC Jane with the cover.
That'll do it. We officially have new Unity Tag Team Champions.
We just witnessed amazing teamwork from these two, and it paid off with not only a title win, but a major victory in the war against Mutiny.
And don't forget the assist from Nick Aldis.
Mutiny shocked the world with their invasion a couple weeks ago, but now, taking their Unity Tag titles that they held in such high regard is a shot across NXT's bow.
I have a feeling this is only the beginning between these two sides.
Welcome back, Punk.
Looks like I missed out on all the fun. That was impressive how you goaded them into defending their Unity titles, and then walked away with them too. Well done.
Thanks. Nick Aldis came through when it mattered. It was a team effort.
I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. You got your hands on the Unity champions after what they did to me. But I'll get my shot sooner than later.
I know you will. Which leads us to our next move. We've spoken to the GMs, and we think the best strategy is to divide and conquer between Raw and SmackDown.
At least Aldis and Pierce have our backs, unlike old Triple H. Convenient how he continues to sit on the sidelines, isn't it?
We spoke to him, and he insisted it's what's best for business. I guess we have to take him for his word at this point.
In any event, if we split up, we'll have coverage on both brands to fight off any mutiny attacks. I'll be headed to SmackDown.
And I'll be focusing on Raw. What about you, Punk?
I think it makes sense for me to float between both brands to help keep an eye on things. There's a lot of top names jumping ship, and I'd like to use my influence to put an end to that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Which brand should we focus on first?
Hey, it's good to see you. Have you got a minute?
For you or for that taco bar? Because a certain #1 draft pick is about to go to town on a chimichanga.
Please tell me you're joking. I hate to admit it, but Punk was right. Mutiny is becoming a huge problem. And as silly as those unified tag titles were, they did seem to get under their skin.
The unified tag titles? Silly? Oh, I'm glad my partner is over on SmackDown so she doesn't have to hear this. Now, while I've got you, I want to pitch you a brand new, completely original idea. The Unison Tag Team titles. Huh?
No.
Relax. Mutiny? They're a joke. They shouldn't be wearing those silly shirts. They should be wearing clown noses.
A joke? They have some heavy hitters over there, like most of the Judgment Day for starters. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough. Dominic Mysterio's still on the fence, but Priest is pushing hard for him to join.
Damian Priest is a clown.
You want to go tell him that?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, treating them like the threat they think they are is the wrong move. Show everyone they're just clowns in a one wrestling ring circus. That's how we break them.
So, are you saying you want a match with Priest? Because I'm sure he'd be willing to show up for a fight.
Eventually, but not yet. Let's make JD McDonough look like a clown first. That shouldn't be hard.
I'll set it up.
Oh, one more thing. Who controls the music and Trons around here?
It's JD McDonough, but with some new music.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 180 pounds, JD McDonough.
Look at JD trying to play this cool.
And now a man who's no stranger to bending the rules for a laugh.
And his opponent from Cape Town, South Africa, weighing in at 2.
Despite the unexpected soundtrack to start things off, it's time for these superstars to tune out the distractions and focus on the battle at hand.
We'll see if these two can shift gears from the pre-match antics to the real action here in the ring.
Laughing last and laughing loudest are two very different things.
Nice takedown.
Oh, foot just stomping down. McDonough lacking that surge of energy right.
Thinking about rolling pin, watch this.
Oh, wow. Hook of the leg, shoulders down.
He kicks out before the count hits 2.
Optimistic thinking on that pin attempt.
Ooh, well-planted knee.
Ouch.
Measured elbow drop driven down.
Ooh. Devastating kick. Oh, an elbow drop.
Another attack to the head and looking a little dazed.
He gets back into the ring.
He quickly gets out of dodge.
And got away with that one.
Focus that attack at the base. Can't put together much offense with no base.
Now he just looks defenseless with every attack.
Yeah, this is not the situation he wants to be in.
Oh! Might be going high risk here.
High risk.
Through the air. It connects.
They got all of that. Just taking flight and soaring through the sky.
Has them hooked, looking for sliced bread.
Oh, countered into a power slam. This is going to be devastating. All the pressure on the left knee. He's trying to fight it. He's trying to break out and does it.
Ireland's call from McDonough.
And straight into the pin attempt.
He gets the kick out after the one.
Somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out.
Look at this, just getting their opponent all tied up here.
Unique move here.
And with the submission locked in, are we about to...
Takes a lot of power to break that up. Just ejected from the ring. And slides back into the ring. Point of the elbow, nailed it. So much damage has already been done.
Looks like the...
Here it comes. Legendary. Hell's Gate. Hell's Gate.
This is real bad.
The Gogoplata's locked in. Solid grip on this hold. Not letting go anytime soon.
Agonizing to be in the submission. Needs to find an escape.
Hell's Gate, but shoulders are down. And they're out.
Oh, missed connection.
Take it over.
Go for the win here.
And now a pin of their own.
And just like that, it's all over.
Here is your winner, the Punisher, Eugene.
Back in the house with a 9-4.
You did good, sir.
Should I congratulate you on the win last week, or help you get started with your witness protection application? I hope your little joke was worth it.
It was totally worth it. Did you see JD's face? I mean, he didn't react at all, but you know he was seething.
Yeah.
Did someone say send in the clowns?
No, this isn't a joke. I've spoken to Triple H, who claims his hands are tied, so I've ordered all non-essential personnel to clear out. But let me put this in words you might actually understand. It's you they're after. Either you tame the circus, or your beatdown becomes the main event.
Those are hardly the only two options, Pierce. Don't you like Christmas movies? When someone is breaking into your house, you set some booby traps.
Booby traps?
All I need is a spool of tripwire, 4 sturdy ladders, a gallon of industrial-strength superglue, 6 tubes of silicone grease, and 1 set of electrified ring ropes.
And it sounds like I'm gonna need a new job. I'll try to find you all that stuff, and a coffin too.
Here's the ever-smiling Joker, unfazed even with rumors of a mutiny invasion swirling tonight.
superstar, the true future of Lucha Libre.
Come on, look at this piece. As this match gets underway, we'll try to ignore the shadow hanging over tonight's event. The tension over a possible mutiny invasion is palpable.
You know, Michael, on nights like this, I really wish they considered me non-essential so I could be watching from the safety of my home. But mutiny? You never know what's going to unfold.
Oh, if it makes you feel any better, Saxton, in my book, you're completely non-essential. As the leg trap, fisherman suplex.
Down for the pin. Gets his shoulder up right before two.
Very soon to be going for a pinfall.
Measured elbow drop driven down.
And Dominic is failing to offer any resistance here.
Dominic needs to reassert himself back in this match.
Double axe handle.
Using the elbow as a weapon. We're just now getting word that there's a developing situation backstage.
This could be the NXT Mutiny Invasion we were warned about.
Hey, pay attention!
Fallon Henley and JD McDonough are here.
What are these invaders up to?
They're trying to get in that door.
His hand is stuck.
I think there's glue on the door handle.
Fallon Henley's seen enough.
That did not go as planned.
Everything in the ring has come to a complete standstill.
Everyone wants to see if these invaders give up or if they're thirsty for more.
Josh Briggs and Wolfgang are here.
Taken out by some kind of tripwire.
That'll hurt.
And down comes a barrage of ladders.
McDonough and Henley seem to have gotten out from under one door and through another.
And I think they've realized just who set all these traps.
Fallon takes a huge spill.
Those stairs have been greased. McDonough isn't going to make that mistake. He's avoiding the steps.
Is that top rope electrified?
A shocking turn of events.
Dominic wants no part of this and is heading for the exits.
Can you blame him? Look at what his opponent's done to these mutiny clowns.
It's a count-out victory, but this invasion was a comedy of errors.
In comedy and battle, timing is everything. And tonight, the timing was impeccably disastrous.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Black flag on everything. Stay protected. Move.
I didn't think it was possible to tick off Mutiny more than you already had. So, congrats? Your plan backfired.
Backfired? Mutiny's fuming at me, but word is they're upset with their leaders too. Bailey and KO are walking the tightrope with all those seething clowns they sent down here to become our punchlines. It was the most embarrassing show on earth!
Well, Damian Priest isn't laughing. He wants a match, and he's not going to let some greased stairs get in the way of beating you senseless.
Then let's crank it up and make it a no DQ spectacular, shall we? I've got a trunk full of special weapons, my own arsenal of tricks. Let's pull back.
Hopefully you've got something better than a little flower that squirts water.
Come one, come all, and get ready for...
For several weeks now, our resident prankster has been mocking Mutiny, stirring up trouble and setting the stage for tonight's no disqualification match.
He's looking to turn embarrassment into an art form. But will Damian Priest just be another one of his punchlines, or will he flip the script?
Priest has arrived not just to fight, but to reclaim his dignity. This clash has been building, and tonight we'll see if he can turn the tables on the master of mockery.
Oh my God, a steel chair!
Oh my gosh, what impact! And the damage is just going to keep on coming if you can't find the defense for this. From the top. Elbow!
Hang on, is that Doink the Clown's music?
Looks like Priest's problems are ballooning.
Doink's in the ring.
What the hell does he think he's doing?
This is the kind of underhanded shenanigans you expect from him.
Down on the ground, getting pummeled by that hammer.
Oh, man. Every successive move is putting their opponent in a dicey situation.
Oh, turns the hammer into a projectile and nails it.
And we might be seeing a competitor crumbling before our very eyes.
Oh, and it is getting downright nastier and nastier with each of these attacks.
Whoa, they just chucked that hammer right at him. And you never want to count a competitor out, but there seems to be no signs of defense right now. And now he gets back into the ring.
Ooh, sledgehammer to the body. This is not for the faint of heart.
One wicked attack after another. He's got him square in his sights here.
And does not get it. Oh, my goodness.
And Priest looks a little less intimidated after taking some punishment there.
Catching a cutter. We could be moments away from Priest's doom.
Bang! He finds a counter.
These two showing how well they know each other.
Back and forth we go. Oh! So much pride, so much resiliency on display. It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
You can feel the contact, and so does the WWE Universe.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up.
Oh, man. Oh, ouch. Oh, what a forearm.
Damian with the pin, looking to end it. And a strong kick out at one. Wow. Priest
with the elevated flatliner.
And quickly into the cover.
Might be in trouble.
There is no quit in this man tonight.
Priest knows what he needs to end this.
Priest gets countered.
Caught with the elbow. Here it comes. Special delivery. And a two-pin. Shoulders down. Might put him away right now.
He wins! He wins! Here is your winner, the Punisher,
And with a flourish of clown-themed weapons, he secured the win. You got to admit, his theatrics were perfectly executed tonight.
Absolutely, Corey. He not only brought the tricks, but he used every one to his advantage.
Come to my side of town. Lately it's been going down.
All of my gon' ride with it in a pocket.
Giant hammers, a clown shoe, booby traps. You know, in the future, maybe let's talk things through first.
No way. You would have just said no. I wanted to have a little fun.
I just want to be in the loop. And for the record, I like fun as much as the next guy.
I don't think that's true.
But it wasn't just fun, it was a statement. I talked to Dominic Mysterio, he was 100% gearing up to join Mutiny. But after what you pulled off, he's staying put. And I bet he's not the only one.
Who can resist joining the side with the best pranks?
Bailey and KO are dealing with a lot of heat right now. The ranks are starting to question their leadership. I'm sure of it.
Good. We need that doubt to spread. Every crack we can make in their armor is another step towards taking back control.
And if we can crack people up while cracking Mutiny's armor, that's a win-win.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback.
Mutiny maneuvered their way into a title match?
No, you'll actually be facing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Might be nice to take a break from battling Mutiny.
Exactly. And since you're facing a team from our side, there's no chance of the titles going back to NXT.
We don't plan on losing either way.
Even though they're not directly involved in the match, I still think Mutiny might try to interfere. And since we all know that Hunter and the board won't do anything about it, I'll be in your corner to watch your backs. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Amidst all this NXT mutiny chaos, there's one thing that's been catching our eye, piquing our interest, if you will.
Don't get us wrong. We are Team WWE all the way. We support anyone who's fighting the good fight. But two of our teammates have something we want. The Unity Tag Team Championships. And now, we've been given the opportunity.
And who better to hold the Unity titles than an actual wedded couple? And that's real unity, unlike the current champions who apparently used to date. I don't know what went wrong, but clearly you weren't meant for each other.
And they weren't meant for those titles either.
We are.
But don't worry, after we relieve you of your titles, all will be well in the world. You can get back to focusing on Mutiny, and everyone can rest easy that the Unity titles are still safe and sound with Team WWE.
One last thing. CM Punk, we hear you're gonna be in the champ's corner. We don't need anyone in ours, since we have each other.
But don't try any funny business out.
Keep those belts.
The following is a intergender tag team match.
There you see what's at stake. The NXT Unity Tag Team titles. This Unity title match is the reason the championships were created. For the best in WWE competing in the same ring.
The key phrase there is best in WWE, Cole. Whoever wins this match, the Unity Championships are out of Mutiny's hands.
You got that right, Corey. This is an all WWE title match, and I am here for it.
And into the turnbuckle he goes.
Dragon Sleeper locked in. Oh my God.
What a shot.
Bang!
Rollins landing awkward outside. No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
if you're going to grab a kendo stick, you better be prepared to use it. Sling blade by Rollins.
Referee setting the hardware aside, clearing the way for any...
Rolled up from behind. This could be it.
champions.
This Unity title match is the reason the championships were created. For the best in WWE competing in the same ring.
The key phrase there is best in WWE, Cole. Whoever wins this match, the Unity Championships are out of Mutiny's hands.
You got that right, Corey. This is an all WWE title match, and I am here for it.
Oh, on the apron, lifting it up into the ring. Bam, suplex.
You have to be in peak physical condition to pull off a move with that much weight behind it. Oh! She's getting something from under the ring. Rollins sent ringside.
Those are folding chairs, but they can also fold you in half. Oh, she has bad intentions now. Removing the turnbuckle pad.
Good decision by the ref. Clearing the ring like that.
Man, what timing on that counter. Perhaps looking for some kind of equalizer here.
Once she gets going with that kendo stick, this match could be over real fast.
And an elbow.
Official removing that potential hazard in the ring.
Uh-oh, he's searching for something.
From behind. Back suplex.
Short clothesline hits its mark.
And she's tagging out.
Arm extended, tags his teammate in. Sling blade! Massive miscalculation on that one.
Look at this. Incredible.
Into a German suplex. Damage starting to affect the challenger. Whipped into the corner with tremendous force.
Hard right hand. What are we going to see here? Uh-oh. Spiking DDT.
Oh, look at this.
More tiny strikes.
Doling out as much damage as possible. Looking to silence the challenger once and for all. Double knees to the chest.
Ooh, the pin for the championship. Gets the shoulder up. Wow, what's it going to take?
This isn't even close to over.
Face first. Gosh. Rolling elbow finds its mark.
Ouch. The challenger really struggling to avoid major damage.
Yeah, but you have to keep on battling for your team.
And now gets tossed into the ring.
Oh, goodness. Blasted right into the corner.
Now shoulders down.
Here we go.
The challenger wriggles out in one.
He's not even close to being done yet. Ooh, well measured.
Float over.
Oh,
And a DDT.
fight.
Oh, God.
Here it comes.
delivery. Attitude adjustment. Ooh. Rollins dead to rights, in desperate need of salvation.
Uh-oh. Batten down the hatches. And the count doesn't even begin. Oh, I thought the champ had it.
How in the world did he kick out?
Boom. Seth Rollins just getting dismantled. And Rollins in need of salvation. Fisherman suplex. Being set up in the corner for something. Oh, with authority. Devastating elbow. Tags in here. Oh, man.
Don't do it.
Somersault plancha.
Absolutely reckless abandon, and it paid off.
Adrenaline's at a peak right now. Tossed back into the ring.
Oh, vicious running knee lift.
Downward spiral. See ya. Oh! Cover. We're going to shut this down.
Got him, and the tag titles stay put.
Here are your winners, and still the NXT Unique Tag Team Champions, The Punisher, Eugene, and Tessa.
They've done it. A well-deserved victory against tough competition.
And it's more than a win. This match is a reminder.
That was a big win. And having you out there must have scared Mutiny off, Punk.
Yeah, thanks for the backup.
No problem, but I do have some bad news. Mutiny didn't hit us in the ring because they were busy poaching our roster. I just found out that Shinsuke Nakamura, Shayna Baszler, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa all jumped ship.